This segment was brought to you by Barti, the platform that allows entrepreneurs, business owners, and everyday people to barter or trade goods and services. Why pay for something when you could get it for free? Yes, your logo. Yes, your flyers. Yes, your website. Yes, your business plans. Yes, your hair. Yes, your nails. Yes, your lashes. Yes, that grant that you've been needing. Did I say your website? Did I say your logo? All of those things you could barter for on Barty. I heard through the grapevine that you come from a very musical family. I heard some slight in the streets. And so it's no surprise that you got your very first official single ever, Best of Me. So I wanted to ask you about that.
Definitely, it's a learning process, really. Just learning how, because I used to go back in the studio when I was a child, but I took a break for a long time. And when I came back, I really had to like relearn the process a little bit. But I was more
Okay.
like, more into like the composing side of it too, and the instrument side, and really like filling out the entire part of the structure of the song. So it really became like, do the process every day and then go out on stage and kind of like, do your thing out there too.
Right, right. So that means you've been dibbling and dabbling with the music before you actually dropped a song. So is there anything specific that we might recognize that you did? Anything that you worked on or
I
had
did a
any
little
hand in?
freestyle on my mom's song back in the day called Refugi La about like 8 years ago or something like that. I did a little rap on it. Say I kind of I dibble and dabble with performing that song sometimes too, but it's so
Hmm.
old, so I be forgetting the lyrics sometimes.
So you gonna add it to your lineup
Yeah,
on
I'm
your
gonna
song?
definitely, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna add some, more modern twist to it, but it still got some good lyrics in it. But I'm gonna kind of add more to it.
Does this mean there's gonna be an album?
Yeah, nah, there's definitely an album coming on the way. I kind of teased a little snippet of what I got going on, and I've been working on it for like the last like couple months. But it's really like coming from the soul. So it's not really like forced anything. It's just I feel like there's a lot of things that aren't being said that gotta be said.
I agree. So I actually wanted to ask about that then. What is your message? I know, like I said, I heard you come from a very musical family. Everyone has their own very great message, but it all kind of still comes back to the same
Right,
larger
right, right.
message at hand. But I wanted to hear what we can expect from your music. Like I said, this is your first and a half, your second song, and you said there's an album on the way. I know
Right.
we have like your mom's influence, so you got the hip hop side. You could come hip hop like you did on Refugee Live, but then you
Yeah.
also have your Marley influence. So like you came out the gate, jumped off the porch with the reggae. So what's your message? What can we expect?
My message is really it's simple, really. It's just like truth. It's like I'm trying to like in a way where enough like dogma, no dogma, none of that type of stuff. It's just pure unadulterated truth. And that's kind of what I just trying to bring. And
Yes.
like, we all mess up sometimes. I just want people to be encouraged that, we still fighting that good fight. And there's
Right.
people here that we can visualize the issues that we have in each other's lives, but at the end of the day, we all still working towards that one goal. So just nobody's perfect, and we just working and just trying to preach that type of message.
Right. I love that. So grace and understanding,
Yeah,
equality. I was
exactly.
definitely getting that from Best of Me. And it actually it did the thing for me. So the main line of your song is like you're asking, is it wrong to love your enemies?
Mm-hmm.
And initially when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, I don't rock with them. But then I remember I was having a day like a week and a half ago or whatever, and I was just like so frustrated at somebody who had upset me. And I was like, I don't know how to handle this. And then I was like, okay,
Mm.
like literally your song did the thing for me. I was like, okay, I guess I could forgive you. Like I guess I could find it in my heart to not have that energy towards you. We are,
Right,
it's
right.
all love. We all family. We all the things. And so I appreciate that. Like I said, I grew up on nothing but those types of messages, nothing but that type of confirmation and that like
Mm.
spiritual, I guess like growth, that spiritual what's the word that I'm looking for? Enhancement.
Like,
So
yeah,
I
like
appreciate that.
evolution, like elevation,
Yes.
and kind of where I was going with the songs. Really, now it's not even my words. I was just repeating the Messiah's words, but what I realized, like going through life, my own life, is that I like experienced hating people, and I realized how much energy it really takes to hate somebody, right?
Right.
Or how much energy it takes to dislike people, or even think about somebody in a negative way. And I realized you don't need that energy to live, you know, like. And there's a cycle that comes with that type of energy that constantly feeds like this war, and it's constant, you know, arguing back and forth on all this type of combative energy. And I'm trying to like, you know, change that cycle and trying to break that off and kind of get a flow that's going upright, you know?
Right. I can respect. That's refreshing to hear, especially in my playlist. I have a very diverse playlist, and so sometimes it's shoot 'em up, but then it's like, but love your enemy, and so I
Right, right,
appreciate that.
right.
So, essentially, are you saying that because you also have a line in the song where you're saying, guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your soul?
Mm-hmm.
Are you implying that by doing those things that offers some type of spiritual protection or anything along those lines? Because you do have to
Yeah,
tap
it's
into such
definitely.
a. Mhm.
I keep a Psalms by my bed,
Mhm.
so
Okay.
I believe in like spiritual protection. I believe in all that stuff because at the end of the day, people have hidden intentions all the time, and you never know
Right.
what somebody's thinking besides like a smile. So you really want to be guarded because you're gonna meet people all the time. You just want to make sure that they're not affecting your life or they're putting a burden on your life that can't be cast off so easily, you know? And that's kind of
Right.
what hate does too. That's kind of why I conflated too, is because when you hate somebody, you're kind of putting yourself, like, you're binding yourself to somebody else's life, you know?
Right.
And I'm
Right.
trying to like break free of all that kind of stuff.
I never considered that when you hate somebody you bad. I mean, I know people say when you're mad at somebody you don't forgive them. It does more to you than it does to them. But I never considered that it really does bind you to them. Like your energy is bound to their energy.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that perspective. Somebody wants to know what genre you would classify your music as. That's a good question.
It's not even like you can't really classify as a genre right now, but people would say reggae or hip hop. I'll call it like rig rag.
Okay, we'll take it. So Greg. Okay. Is that new? Are you
Nah,
really
yeah,
just putting it on, or
I
you made
came
that
up
up?
with it a couple of days back, but it's something I'm working with. It's like a
We'll
new
take it. I
style.
mean, you a pioneer, so it might stick.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I know a lot of people in the comments want to know a few things that I'm probably not asking. So I'm gonna ask them before they start getting at me. I need to know, what does it feel like to be the first child of Miss Lauren Hill, but also the only sibling walking around with a song? How does that happen in your household? Like, how does that go down? How do y'all do that?
Nah, it's dope because we're like a musical family, so keeping the music alive is kind of what we were meant to do, and just
Hmm.
keeping like a positive light. So just encouraging each other and just getting feedback from my mother, because she's my mother, so she's gonna talk to me all the time and really give me the what you call it, the keys to the door. Try to get on, because I'm really trying to like spread the message as far as possible and just do it
Right.
organic as possible. So I'm really not working with like a team or nothing like that. I'm just getting advice and just soaking it up. That's kind of why I got the name Rig Rag from, because like a rag, I'm just soaking it all up.
Someone said, "Are you a Christian or are you a Rastafarian?"
You can't really label me as one thing because I
Hmm.
believe in the scriptures, but I'm not under a label because I'm trying to get to the root of things, and that was before all these labels were created. So can't really just label me. So I just call it truth. You know.
Yes, I accept that. Same. I feel the same way. I'm like, do I really want to give it a
Right, right,
label?
right.
It's really the truth at the end of the day. Okay, so back to what you said. When you said y'all are a musical family, so y'all feed off each other, y'all get advice from each other, and you said in the past that there was a song on YouTube called Fuji La that you did with your mom. Can we expect anything new with you and your mom?
Yeah, I gotta
Just in case you forgot, this video was brought to you by Barti, the platform that allows entrepreneurs, creatives, and regular everyday people to barter and trade goods and services practically for free. So, like, again, why would you pay for something that you could get for free? Tap in with Barti, y'all.
we actually got a song coming out soon, like real soon actually. It's gonna be like the third release I have after the one I do next. And it's
Okay.
called Caught Up. It's gonna have like a good rhythm to it, so expect that coming soon. That's gonna be nice.
That's it. Is this an exclusive?
Yes, it's
This is an
exclusive.
exclusive? Exclusive. Okay, y'all heard that. Y'all
And
heard it here first. That
we
falls on
getting
your
new
good
music out
track.
of her, you know.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what
we appreciate
we,
it. Let me
yeah,
tell you.
you know.
We do. So, okay, with you leading the truth, with you speaking the truth, and you pushing the truth, and you promoting the truth, and singing the truth, and doing all of the things, would you have any questions that you wanted to get guidance from your grandfather from?
Like I would ask him basically like how how you get that focus level so well, and how do you keep it balanced, you know, and how do you balance the work and the the life, and how you balance having to be sent out to so many places and spread the message and just keep your social life active and all that kind of stuff, and just that type of stuff, just balancing the lifestyle, because it's
Mm-hmm.
tough being on the road all the time, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when you're called out to do something, you just gotta do it.
I agree. When it's placed on your heart, you gotta go. So, have you ever felt, especially making music that isn't as mainstream as everybody, Um, how do you maneuver that? Like, how do you maneuver knowing that you're not saying a very popular thing?
I realize that you can't really control what people like or what people want to hear, but people
Mm-hmm.
gotta hear what they gotta hear. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
hoping that the message, you don't have to download it, you don't have to stream it, nothing like that. It just has to fly by, and maybe they catch it in one ear one time,
Mm-hmm.
and then something from the song
Mm-hmm.
clicks within, and then they start doing something better in their lives, or they start thinking a different way or something like that.
Yeah. So that's really not on you. It's just on you to complete the
Yep.
assignment and give the assignment to the world, and then the world takes that, does what they do with it.
Mhm.
You said you have a song after this song.
Mhm.
There's a song, and then there's a song with your mom. So what's the song on the in between?
So the one in between is one I previewed in Brazil. I had a
Yeah,
show in Brazil. It was real nice. It was called In the Sky.
in the
And that
sky.
one, yeah, people been asking for that one too. So that one's gonna be dope.
I'm excited. What's the premise of it?
This one's basically I'm talking about like you and I. I'm talking to the viewer, the person next to me, whoever is you and I, and we doing it together. And then you don't gotta be afraid or ashamed to walk in truth.
How was that? How does it feel to get to perform on stage with your mom and your brother? Y'all get to share that big of a stage, and now that you have music too, I've seen that you've been brought out on stage a few
Yeah,
times. Of course, like you're the world famous Zion, but how does it feel to actually be performing your actual art and your truth?
that's dope because like everybody's there for each other. So we really just feeding off, the energy of each other and just pushing each other to go farther and farther.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a lot of like sound checks and stuff like that. So when we're practicing together, we really get to give each other like advice. And we talk to each other all the time, and we got like a great relationship with like work. So when we're doing the music is really important, and we're trying to perfect it as much as possible. And my mom is a perfectionist, so I kind of got that from her. So I'm really, in it.
Last thing about your song, can we expect a music video? Anything on the
Oh yeah,
way?
yeah, definitely. I got a little music video coming out next actually, and I also got an on the radar freestyle coming out too next
Okay.
week. That's gonna be dope. But right after that, I'm gonna follow up with a video, and that's gonna be dope.
Okay.
And I'm capturing like a jungle and beach type of vibe with the video. So the video is gonna be pretty. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a nice surprise too. Got little Easter eggs in there too.
And you're on the radar. On the radar, you
Yeah,
said
on the radar.
freestyle.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Okay.
next week, so it's gonna be dope too.
Can we know what beat you rapped over?
Now, actually, I did something different. I did an acoustic, so I did an acoustic. So it's
Oh,
gonna be a nice little slow vibe. It's gonna be what do you call it? Like one of those like serenade type songs. But I'm talking about some real stuff in it, so I hope people really listen to the lyrics.
how do you choose your visuals? This is Diara Imani. How do you choose your visuals? Is it challenging to match what you wrote with what you want people to receive visually? That's a great question.
So it, it kind of just happened. It fell in place like that because kind of when I was doing the song, there's visuals already coming to my head when I was doing the song, and I had this
Mhm.
idea, which I said I was incorporating the jungle and the beach, and that was in my head when I first did the song because I had like this perspective of what I wanted to do with the lyrics, and then I ended up being in places for like shows that ended up having like a jungle and a beach, so I ended up just using that to my advantage, you know.
What's your favorite part of the creative process, from the conception of the idea to the song all the way to whenever you get to hear it on the radio? What's your favorite part of that process?
Probably recording, hearing it back and vibing to it, and probably performing.
So I heard J. Cole say one time that when he drops music, before he actually drops it to the public, he'll listen to it on a lot of different ways. He'll listen to it on his bike through his headphones. He'll listen to it in the car on the speaker. He'll listen to it in the shower. Do you have a process of understanding how your public will receive it, or it's just I did it, I followed my mission, and now it's out?
I say the process would be basically it's really because I'll play the song, and I'll be around people that hear the song, but I'm not playing it for them to hear. I'm just playing it to myself because I'm around, and they comment on it without me like provoking it out of them, and then that'll tell me like, okay, that's a hot song, you know.
Yeah. And Rick Rag is a nice one. They'll definitely tell you in the comments. They'll definitely hold you down. All right. Brandon, Day TST said, TST stand for the Sneaker Thirst. How do you get through the pressure of being a Marley and also the son of El Bookie? Yes, that's a good question. How do you handle that?
You know, maybe I'm weird, but I don't feel pressure. It's weird. Like the pressure that is like talked about is just non-existent in my life because I feel like I was just put here to do a mission. I was given that family's bloodline, just so I can do what I need to do here.
Yeah.
So instead of pressure, I look at it as just destiny, you know, and what I'm supposed to do.
Well, before we go, every episode, everybody has to earn their black card. You already very much have your black card, but we just want to see if you're going to be able to keep it. So I created a game called Black Culture
Oh,
Trivia.
nice.
This is the game. Thank you. The objective of the game is to secure your black card. You secure your black card by answering questions about the culture. You'll have 1 minute on the board.
All right, let's go.
1 whole minute. We're going to see. It will start once I ask the first question. And then there's one more thing after this. Okay. Can you name 3 Spike Lee joints?
3 Spike Lee joints, like his movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's easy. No, all right, more than a game. That's one, right? It's
What is
more than
it?
a game, right?
More than a game? All right, that's one.
What's the joint with the dude playing the radio, man? Oh man.
And if you don't know, you can also skip too, so you only just have.
I can get 2 more, I think. I know there's one. More than a game is one, of course. There's one where my boy with the radio, he gets hurt, you know, and they catch it on fire. You know, I forgot the name of that. I'm gonna skip it though.
All right, they got you in the comments. They say do the right thing.
Do the
That's definitely one.
right thing is, all right, yeah, definitely.
Okay, where was the Black Panther Party founded? Los Angeles, California, Oakland, California, Atlanta, Georgia, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oakland.
Yes, Oakland is correct. Okay, which of these NBA players started a public school? LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, or Steph Curry?
LeBron.
Yes. Who was the first African American to integrate in American school? Shirley Chisholm, Ruby Bridges, Frederick Douglass, or Quincy Jones?
I think it's Ruby Bridges.
You would be correct. Hashtag say their names. This question is worth 2 points. Can you name 3 Black lives who need to be remembered?
Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin. I keep going too.
Okay. What was that? 3?
Fred Hampton.
Okay. There you period. What does the NAACP stand for?
National African American Colored People. No, is it? And it's 2 A's, right?
Yeah.
National African American Colored. The P is not people. It's
It is. The P is people.
Oh, it is people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
His National Association for the Advancement.
Oh, National Association for the Advancement.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, this is the last one. Let's see if you know a thing or two. Do you know what soap opera Lauryn Hill acted in? As the World Turns, Days of Our Lives, The Young and the Restless, or 90210?
The Days in Our Lives.
Well, you tell me. Wait a minute. You tell me. The internet says as the world turns, but you would know.
No, it is As the World Turns, but I thought she was in both though.
That
But maybe I'm tripping.
that note, you might not. I'm gonna do my research because you might be right. I'm pretty sure you could be right. I think you would know more than me.
But maybe I'm tripping.
The very last part of this interview is my Marvel ending. And my Marvel ending is at the end of each interview, I like to have the artist compile a large story together. So last interview was Ashley Hayes. We have her story. She started off the story. I'm going to let you hear the story, and it's on you to come up with the next part of the story. 2 to 3 sentences, nothing crazy. Just continue the story. And then whoever we interview after you will pick up where you left off. So then by the end of this season, we'll have one long story by all of the artists. This is Ashley's story.
Okay, so I was on my way to the store. I asked anybody if they wanted anything. I really hope nobody wanted anything. But then my mom asked me for some ginger ale. And I got to the store and they were out.
Now it's on you. You called your mom. Your mom asked you for some ginger ale, but they was out. You at the store. So now what? Next 2 sentences, 3 sentences is on you.
2 sentences. I'm Jamaican, so I go get some CC's Cola Champagne, and I call it a day.
And that's it? And you called it a day? You passing it?
Okay, I walk out the door. I say what's up. I get in my car. I drive. I get some gas. I drive home. I look at a billboard on the way home that says "Don't text while driving." So I get home. I tell her when I get home, I couldn't get the ginger ale, but I got Cola Champagne. Here you go.
And she was happy. Bet, I love it. Well, we're going to see if she was happy next. But yes, alrighty. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Zion, for coming by and kicking it with us. I want to plug your single one more time because it's been heavily rotation in my house, in my iPad, in my computer, in my iTunes.
Oh, man.
Best of Me is out everywhere on all streaming platforms. I've seen it. I guarantee. I looked myself. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. It's on Tidal.
Everywhere.
I ain't look on SoundCloud because you're not a SoundCloud artist, but it's everywhere. The final part. I always like to give a few minutes at the end for artists to talk to their public. I don't know. Somebody might come across this in 2,500 years and 25 years in an hour. What do you want to impart on your public, on your people right now before you leave them?
Even on days where it might feel slow or no movement at all, just don't give up and just keep going, keep pushing. And it'll eventually, get there for you.
Hope to see y'all next week. Same time, same place, 8 o'clock p.m. Chat with B.A.E. For those who did not know what B.A.E. stands for in the comments, B.A.E. stands for Black Art Expo. So thank you so much for joining us. And I will see you later. Peace, Zion. Thanks again.
Blessings.
Peace.
Is it wrong to love that?